Hey guys, thanks for coming to watch my video. This one was a really exciting one. But you're gonna start out, you want some plastic wrap, and also I just got a shower curtain liner from the Dollar Tree. And here I'm just cutting up the shower curtain into squares that I'm gonna put over the coaster molds. So first you want to make sure that your surface is flat. And I'm just kind of going crazy here. I'm using all sorts of colors and making a lot of coasters. I guess I just wanted to test it out and see what worked. But I definitely made a few mistakes along the way. So you're gonna mix up the resin. And now I'm just mixing in the colors. I watched a few videos on this, so I thought I had all the steps that I needed, but there was a crucial part I was missing, but I'll go over that later. So I have my molds out. And I'm just pouring in some colors. This was a black. And a dark green. So I'll just tell you the issue now is that I made these colors way too opaque. I wasn't aware that you definitely have to keep the colors somewhat transparent. That way it just plays into the effect. So the ones that were totally opaque, you couldn't see through to the creases of the shower curtain or the plastic. And I'm just using my heat gun. Oh, my torch, which I started using recently. Before I was using my heat gun for everything, but the torch definitely works so well with things that you don't want to move much. So the resin stays in place and you're still able to pop the bubbles. So I'm starting off with the pieces of the shower curtain. And you want to try to kind of put it down in the center at first and then put the rest down just so you don't trap in a bunch of air bubbles. And then you scrunch it up and make like a pattern that looks like it's silk or satin or just fabric. And you want to put in the creases, and then you should be able to see in areas the bottom of the mold, because that's where it's going to come through. That'll end up being the top of the coaster, and that'll be the top of where it looks like fabric. So this side I'm using the saran wrap, so I'm kind of comparing which one works better. And the saran wrap, you are definitely able to get more smaller creases And I did stick around for a while, and I kept trying to keep moving them so I could see the bottom of the molds, but it was hard because my resin was so opaque. And I had some extra resin, so I figured I'd make a few more. And I liked how the shower curtain worked better, so I'm just gonna use that. And also you wanna, because some of those initial ones I did, I put way too much resin in. You wanna just coat the bottom. So this was so exciting to me. I was so eager to see what the results were gonna be, but I had to be patient and let those cure. And then I came back the next day, and this is them. So you can see that one did good. But those black ones, you can't see the bottom at all. And so I'm just peeling up. This is the shower curtain, and that came up really well. I mean, there were spots that I had to pull hard, but for the most part, it really worked. And then this is the saran wrap. This came up, but like parts that were stuck, they were really stuck. So you had to get in there with tweezers or something and pull it out. And also, the more that you play with it before it's setting, the more that you scrunch it up and stuff like that, the more messy it gets and chance that the resin's gonna get stuck in there. So the saran wrap made those tight creases and folds and fabric effect, where the shower curtain, it was more, I felt elegant looking. I definitely like the shower curtain better. So I realized that I'm gonna put mica powder onto all these, but the ones that were too opaque and were not gonna work out, I was just gonna put mica powder and then do a layer of clear resin, because that's another way to do this whole satin technique as well. But this is a blue chameleon powder, which worked really nice. Sorry if you happen to hear snoring in the background. It's my little Boston Terrier named Frankie. So I am using the white. This is like a pearlescent white mica powder. And I definitely used too much. So I was just kind of using some from the other ones. So the ones that I'm going to put clear resin on, you really have to get the loose mica powder out because it'll float to the top. The ones that you're just doing a solid color, I don't think that really matters if there's extra mica powder. But yeah, the ones with the clear, I just used I have a dust buster, and that worked really good for getting the extra out. But there was still some extra. So there's all my coasters, and there's me with the dust buster. I love that thing. The only problem was, see how the dust buster is like taking off some of the mica powder? It's kind of tricky to get the powder to stay on the resin. Some areas, if you brush too much, it would come off. Whoops, there that one goes. I mean, I just did a lot of work for this project. It's funny. All right, so we're mixing some clear resin, and like I said, I'm doing some of them with just clear resin on top. Because just that with the powder on top, it looks so nice. And then the other ones, I'm adding an opaque color because that's what's gonna sit underneath the mica powder. And I was assuming that the lighter the color, the more it would pop. So I was sticking to light colors. And then I'm hitting it with the torch. And I can see, I can tell that the mica powder is already like coming to the top. But this is the next day. I was so excited to see the reveal. I could hardly sleep. And here we go. So I saw the ones with the clear on top. They did have this mica dust like that came up. But a lot of them still looked really cool. Obviously, I just need to sand that one. And then this is one. Oh my God, that's beautiful. So I was lucky that that green, it was transparent enough, but yeah, we had a few fails. Didn't work out. the resin was just too opaque, but oh my God, that one was beautiful too. So I realized, I'm like, okay, well, the ones that are somewhat transparent, those ones are beautiful. But then I started thinking, what am I gonna do with all these coasters? I mean, I don't know if I would give these as a gift, but maybe if I don't like you. Yeah, it's a shame. So I was hoping to just sand off a layer of the clear coat and then totally go down the line with going up to a super fine grit and then polishing it. I feel like of all the coaster shapes, the octagon is not as liked as the square and the circle. I personally like the circle. I mean, that's my go-to. Yeah, so this was just kind of I was sad about the powder. But I wasn't giving up. I'm like, okay, this is how you do it. You make it more transparent. So I mixed up some resin and I'm gonna do 5 more. That other green one, I just had to put clear resin on. And I'm going with the shower curtain. And I'm not putting too much resin into the molds. And I'm making sure you see the bottom, which was working out nicely. So I'm just taking out that one. That one's beautiful. And I will try to speed through this, but I'm taking off the shower curtain. And just bear with me because I feel like a tutorial should be a video on how to do it properly. So I'm finally able to do that. And I'm just putting on the mica powder. Using some copper and golds and whites. Pouring in the resin. All right, this is the next day. I'm like, please, God. Pretty. Beautiful. That was like a nice coffee color. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. And this one was, kind of cool looking. I mean, the colors were so contrasting and bright. I liked it. Bam! This one came out. I'm like, oh my God, this is an angel. Beautiful. I love it. Oh my God. And then this one. Oh, so gorgeous. I was so happy with those. And this one was amazing too, with the gold. So then I'm just sanding all the bottoms and some of the tops even. I tried to polish them, which I did. But these were my favorite. These were the 3 that just came out perfectly. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you can, give me a like or a comment or subscribe because then I can have some subscribers. Thank you.